Alright, what's up YouTube? My name is Carlos. I'm a 20-year-old student artist from the United States. In January 2020, I applied to the character animation program at Calarts. I got rejected around May, I think, and then I took the entire 2019 school year to make my portfolio. But yeah, ultimately I was rejected. So the whole point of this video is just to aid anybody who's making their portfolio. I just want to help you guys out and give you some advice and some tips so that you guys can avoid the mistakes that I did. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. All right, so for the very first page, this is actually the third page. I lost the first two slides, so this is where we have to start. So I included 3 gestures on one page. I wanted to show as many gestures as I could right away, so this is what I did. But the problem with these is just that the hands and the hands and the face are kind of not well developed. And I'll say this from the start, Calarts really wants you to draw hands, feet, and faces. So whenever you guys see accepted portfolios, you'll definitely see that they all draw hands. But like in my rejected portfolio, I missed out on that a lot. So you'll keep seeing that. Here is a 6-hour life drawing that I did in my first life drawing class. This was our very last drawing that we did. And this is a pastel. Here's a pen and watercolor drawing. This one was around 5 minutes. It was definitely 5 minutes. The only problem I would say again, I mean the feet, they're not very well developed. If I would have added toes, it would have made the drawing a little bit better. And then there's some proportion issues with these thighs. And then this arm is it looks a little bit bent. It doesn't look natural. Okay, and then here I have another, I think this one was 10 minutes. And this is a watercolor over pen drawing. And I like this little reflection that's on the ground. Here's a pastel drawing. This one was 10 minutes, I believe. And once again, the feet could use a little bit more detail, but I skipped out on that. I don't know why. Here's another pose. I really like this pose. The only thing I wish is that the drawing would be a little bit bigger. Like maybe have the head here and the feet down here. Okay, and then this one was a 20-minute drawing from 2017. So this is a pretty old drawing. This one was from when I was still in high school. But I really did like the pose, and I like the marks that I did, so that's why I included it in my portfolio. Here is a figure drawing and a gesture, a 30-second gesture. These were 2 pages. I just combined them together in Photoshop, and then I got this picture. But the problem with this is, once again, the feet could use a little bit more work. I mean, the face could use some work too, but everything could use a little bit more work. Here is my first ever life painting, and a figure painting. So once again, feet can use work, hands can use work, so can the face. Here's a pastel drawing. This one was 15 minutes, I believe, or 10 minutes. I love the foreshortening, but once again, the face and the hands can use some more work. Same model. Once again, 10 minutes, and the hand can use a little bit more work. Here is a 5-minute pose. Only thing I don't like about this is how the leg is bent. Here's a 3-minute drawing or a 5-minute drawing. I completely forgot. But basically, I wish the line work would have been a little cleaner. Like this right here, this is like 2 or 3 lines. And if I would have made different or less strokes with my charcoal, then this would have looked even nicer. If this was just 1 line. Then here is another painting that I wish was a little bit bigger. I wish the composition was bigger. But regardless, I do like the pose and I like the gouache, the paint. And this one was around 10 minutes or 15 minutes. Here's another 10-minute drawing. This is pencil or watercolor over pencil. Here is some 2-minute. I think you can call these gestures. I feel like I think gestures are only poses under a minute, I think, but this is a 2-minute pose, so I don't know. But regardless, the feet could use some work because it kind of looked like socks. Here's a 4-hour pose, and this one was also done in my first ever figure drawing class. Those are 4 hours. Here's some 1-minute gestures, and the feet once again look like socks. The hands could use some more work. Yeah. And then over here I have a 10 or 15-minute pose. This one was pencil and with a little bit of gouache on the figure itself. And finally, this is my last figure drawing. This one is I think 3-minute drawing. The feet could use some work, definitely, in the hands. And then I included 2 oil landscapes. The only problem with these is just that it's too much paint. It's not enough line work. And I think when you work with animation, in animation, you're dealing with line. So you're not really dealing with paint. So including these was probably a mistake. I think if I would have added more line, then they would have been stronger. But that's gonna conclude my portfolio. I had, for my creative section, I had 2 drawings, only 2. And I think that's another issue that got me rejected, because when you look at accepted portfolios, it's always like the people who get accepted, they have at least like 5 or 10 creative section drawings. But if you really want to go to Calarts, make sure you have storyboards, character designs, visual development, and all that kind of stuff, because that is what you're going to be working when you're in animation. That's what you're going to be doing. But anyways, that's going to conclude my entire portfolio. But before I end this, I actually have an email that I received from Devlin Grimm, and she gave me some advice regarding my portfolio, or a critique. This is what she said. She says, "You are correct. You will need to work on your observational and figure drawing. I recommend you focus on your contour and gesture rather than mass and shape. I would also caution you to stay away from construction lines." And I think this is what she means by this is just like the line work underneath a drawing. Because when I did the watercolor and pencil, you could still see the pencil. And I think that's what she means. She says, "We also want to see specificity in the model, so you should certainly draw their faces, hands, and feet. I also recommend a more cohesive creative section to really show off your storytelling skills." And like I said, I really missed out on that. And then she recommended me to take some general education classes. And she says, if I excel in them, then this is a way that shows that you are a dedicated student. So that's going to conclude my entire portfolio. I really hope you guys learned something. Do not do the mistake that I did and not include many drawings in your creative section, because that's really important. So yeah, that's all I got to say. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you guys learned something. Thank you.